Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Fen and today I need your help. So I've been playing World of Warcraft now, of course, Mr. Pandaria. It's been really fun and I'm really enjoying it, and the content is pretty damn cool. I'm loving the new heroics, I'm loving the scenarios, the achievements, just everything about it is really fresh and enjoyable. So the question is, why am I making this video today? Well, the reason is I've been tanking on my Brewmaster now for about 3 weeks, and it's been really fun. And the fun kind of stops when you start wiping in heroic on trash, and I think to myself, why am I dying? I have my blackout kick 100%. I have my elusive brew up when it procs. I'm popping cooldowns, you know, at the right time. Not just before I die when I'm getting, you know, to around 50%. I will pop my cooldowns to make sure I don't drop very low, so the healer has to burn tons of mana just to get me back up, or a big cooldown himself. So, you know, I know how to tank, and I know how to mitigate damage. And the problem is, monks just aren't that good at mitigating damage. And you might think, well, they have some really cool stats to increase. Yes, to increase. Now, when you look at other tanks, they have just stats across the board. It's like a solid stat, there you go, job's a good one. It's all on their gear. Now, for me, as a Brewmaster, where is that stat for me? It's very difficult to determine, should I reforge into parry and dodge? Or should I reforge into the stats that I need, which are realistically mastery and crit. But then again, I need haste as well. Now you're thinking, why do you need crit? Well, elusive brew is a horrible mechanic, but it's only based on melee auto attack critical strikes. So I have to physically hit the mobs with my auto white attacks and actually crit to have any chance whatsoever of generating the elusive brew, which increases my dodge by 30% for every stack that I have. And you can get a stack between 1 and 3. So that's pretty good, but the problem is, when you are dealing with trash, you don't really auto attack. So my only option is to keep my blackout kick up, which gives me my parry. Now I currently have less than 10% dodge. Now what I could do is reforge into dodge, so I get about 13% dodge, which brings me up on par with the majority of other tanks, druids being the exception. And then just focus on blackout kick, and of course, you know, have a really nice cooldown effectively when elusive brew actually does generate. Now on bosses, elusive brew is fine, it works perfectly, but on trash packs, you don't auto attack, so it's pointless. There's no need to auto attack on trash packs because Keg Smash is an AoE ability. Jab you use to generate chi. You use blackout kick on a single target to actually get your parry. You use spinning crane kick to keep aggro of all of them, and of course you use breath of fire rather to do AoE damage and do a damage over time effect, and if glyphed to disorientate the them. And I'm gonna get this rare while I'm here. And yeah, so that's basically what I'm trying to get at. So I'm gonna not talk about this just until I kill this dude, because it's very well, not hard, but I need to concentrate because I can die here very easily from his abilities. So let's do some jabs. Let's get another jab up there. And I'm probably going to get attacked here. But that's fine. Try to keep my tiger up as best I can. I might actually taunt him here. No, Jimmy! Okay, so you need to interrupt that as best as possible. And interrupt that because that will kill you. I'm going to pick up these healing orbs. That one doesn't really matter because it's not exactly hard hitting. Interrupt that again. See, as a Brewmaster tank, it's pretty decent because I can do a lot of damage. Just need to be careful of these things that it spits out. Let's put up a shield, absorb some damage. Now, as you can see, out of all this time I've been attacking, I've only generated 11 elusive brew. I've been attacking this guy for a while. Interrupt that. Blackout kick, blackout kick. Again, doesn't last very long. So I'm going to pop my dodge, just for the lulz. And as you can see, I'm still getting hit quite often, even with 39% dodge and 28% parry. It just doesn't make sense that I should take all of this damage. It doesn't really make sense. I need to run from that because that will kill me. So you're kind of getting my point here that even when I'm generating all this, my avoidance is still very, very crap. Need to interrupt that. Pop this. How much HP? Oh, I should pop that a bit too early. It's got quite a lot of HP, this guy. A lot more than the other ones, and I guess it's because he's level 90 odd. Let's interrupt that. And this guy is jelly. I'm so jealous. And this guy, look at all these guys. Decline, fool. I think this is freebie week. Come on, please, for achieve. Should I? Ah, okay. It'll be fun to see if this guy actually sticks true to his word, or whether I've just been a douche. Increase some speed. Okay. Okay. Good deed of the day done. That's right. No needing modules. Anywho's back to the video in hand. This is probably going to go on longer than I expected now because of that, but that was a rare elite and you do get some kind of cool items. It's a shame that they are actually bind on account. Actually no, bind on pickup rather. So this is soul bound, and the chest piece or whatever this was is also, that's actually quite nice for healing. So it's not too bad. So anyways, back to what I was saying. I just saw from just killing that mob there that even with almost 40% dodge and 28% parry, I was still taking damage. And why is that? I mean, it's a melee attack. I didn't dodge anything. And you can even rewind it and look that I doubtful, but because I haven't watched it back and I'm doing this live, I can't say for sure, but I'm pretty doubtful that I dodged or parried any of them attacks that he was doing. So this is kind of my beef with Brewmaster tanks. I was playing all of my tanks yesterday. For the full day, I was playing all of my tanks. I have every tank in the game. I have Paladin, Warrior, DK, Druid, Brewmaster, of course. Is there any more tanks? Nope. So I was playing all them tanks, and I was on my Warrior. Very clunky. But they have a lot of really cool abilities, which makes them one of the best tanks in the game, if not the best tank in the game. For the sheer mobility of warriors, now that they can block a lot of damage, they can absorb damage, they can self-heal quite easily, and of course they have a shockwave which stuns enemies. Phenomenal. Stunning trash is phenomenal, and if I didn't have my stun, I would die so many times on trash. It's unbelievable. So that being said, the warrior tank for me, I'm not feeling it. I went on my paladin and couldn't hold aggro. I don't know why. I was in the right spec, had the right talents. I had Righteous Fury on, and I just couldn't hold threat. I'm like, is this really true? I asked for DPS meters, and the guy who was pulling aggro was a mage, and he was only doing 8k DPS. It's like, what the hell? 8k DPS? He was like auto-attacking. It's stupid, and I just couldn't keep threat off him. It was mind-boggling, to say the least, considering when I used to tank on my paladin, I main tank and obviously raided, and I had no problems with threat whatsoever. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's I was using my rotation wrong. But then I went on to my druid. The druid I really liked. The druid has come leaps and bounds in comparison to the old druid that we knew. Now druids don't have any parry. They have high dodge chance. Now they get a talent. Instead of having like a 40% dodge, just to have dodge, they now have a talent that increases it by 45% plus whatever dodge you have. So mine currently has 15% dodge. So another 45 on that is really high. It's obviously 65. So it's really, really cool to have a dodge tank. It really does bring the meaning to dodge tanking. Chromagus, I think his name was, the Hydra. That was awesome being a dodge tank, because of course when he got low you couldn't heal, so having a dodge tank who could dodge the majority of his attacks was freaking awesome. I love that stuff. But again, that being said, the only reason I'm not playing the druid right now is because he's a bear. And I really, really, really hate the fact that you can't customize the bear in any way. You know, I can put on gear I want. I can transmog my gear. For bear druids, it's like, yeah, you're a bear and that's it. Go away. I really don't like the fact that you can't customize the bear in any way. Yeah, you can customize it with the haircut, change the colour of it and that. But that's crap. That's old school. That's when did that actually come into play? I think it was it'd probably be Kata, I think. But anyways, you get the point. It's not very nice to just customize the colour and the name of your bear. It's really not. Now the Might of Ursa, where you basically gain the armor. Now that is really cool. To kind of take some of the armor that you have and kind of combine it in armor that would fit your bear. You could get special bear armor made that you would buy for 50 gold, and it doesn't have any stats on or anything like that. It's just purely for transmog, basically. You can get it made, you can find plans and that kind of stuff around, and that would give druids in general another thing to do, and that would be really cool. Or they could just give them quests where they get a full set and it looks really cool. You know, something like that would literally make me just play druid right now. But because that doesn't have that in the game, it just doesn't appeal to me. Because I want my character to look cool. You know what I mean? Cool run-ins. But I logged on my DK, and the DK was really, really strong. He held threat really easily. He took hardly any damage. And this guy has only got 21% parry, 12% dodge. And he was taking hardly any damage. Why? Because of Blood Strike. Blood Strike gives him a heal. It gives him an absorption. Now get this. My absorption right here, guard, 46k. It's about 53k when I've got 3 stacks of Tiger Palm buff. My Ox statue here shields the party members for more than I can actually absorb. How stupid is that? Not only that, but my level 85 DK can absorb more damage than I can absorb total. Yesterday, 126k my DK was absorbing. And to my, my 53 fully maxed out? That's stupid. And it's a 30-second cooldown. Cut me a break, Blizzard. Our self-heal, Expel Harm, it's pretty good. I'm not going to lie, Expel Harm is pretty good. It generates G. The only problem is cooldown. It's 15-second cooldown. If possible, if Expel Harm didn't have a cooldown, I would use that instead of Jab. And I would go, instead of Power Strikes, I'd probably go for Ascension, which would give me 5 Chi. So I could use 4 Chi for Blackout Kick and then 1 Chi to Purify Brew. Kind of makes sense to me to do that. And that would be really cool. I mean, Expel Harm, I think the reason they don't have no cooldown this is because it would be extremely OP in PvP. But they should make it a Brewmaster, just a Brewmaster talent really, because you can't spam it that much because of the energy cost. So realistically, you could spam it 3 times, maybe 4 or 5 times, depending on who's actually DPSing you down in PvP. So then again, it kind of balances itself out because of the cost. Even if they made it 50 energy instead of 40, that would be a better solution. So I can actually do some self-healing to myself while tanking. But anyways, the point of this story that I'm trying to get to you guys is I'm not enjoying Brewmasters anymore. So I want to stop tanking on my Brewmaster. And that leads me to the conclusion that what should I do now? And I was thinking all last night, I couldn't really sleep last night because this was just playing on my mind. It was like, I didn't want to think about it, but I was constantly thinking about it. And you know your life sucks when you can't go to sleep because of a game. Really, really pathetic. But, you know, World of Warcraft, making these videos is a part of my life, and I take it seriously. So, in that terms alone, I'm just trying to think of what type of character should I play. I do really like the monk, and I don't want to stop playing the monk because I've worked very hard on this Brewmaster, you know, the achievements alone, and then you've got the dailies. Oh, reputation, but damn it. So there's a lot of work gone into the character so far. Obviously he's still not there, but he's getting there. But my only problem is, do I want to gear for tank, which I don't like, or should I gear more towards healer, which I haven't tried yet, so I'm not sure if I like it, but it would be actually kind of cool to play a healer for PvP and PvE. So it's basically what you guys would like to see in videos, because of course if you watch my videos, you watch it for a specific reason, whether that's for me or the content that I put out regarding World of Warcraft. So if that's the case, like, what type of character would you like to see? Now I'm going to throw some characters out here for you to choose from, and I know ultimately at the end of the day it is my choice what I play, but having your feedback is very, very important to me, and it would really help me out in deciding what really to play. So your choices are a Mistweaver monk, so a healer basically for PvP and PvE. So doing dungeons as a healer, doing PvP as a healer. You also have a choice of a hunter for PvP and of course PvE, it's DPS. A warlock for PvP and PvE. Or the DK for tanking, PvE and PvP, I suppose. So they're the options that I think that I would like. So just to run over it again, you've got a healer, which is the monk for PvE and PvP. You've got a hunter and a warlock for DPS, PvP and PvE. You've got a DK for tanking, PvE and DPS for PvP. So they're the options that I want to throw out for you guys. If you could be very so kind as to just leave a comment, even if it's just a very short comment or just a name, DK, Hunter, Warlock, Mistweaver, you know, just a very short name. Just let me know what you guys kind of want to see. To me, I'm not really bothered which it is, but I kind of want to know, because then I can actually start playing again, because at the minute I'm just kind of floating around my other characters and not really doing much. So it would be awesome if you guys could help me out with that, and thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and don't forget to leave feedback in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.